who is Ramaphosa? And what is it that really makes him tick? Because let's face it, even the Madiba, Nelson Mandela himself, back in 1999, had actually chosen him to succeed him. What makes him tick?
Yes. Well, you're right. And in fact, even in '94, when Mandela was choosing a deputy, one of the concerns was ethnic balance and to have Thabo Mbeki from the Xhosa people replace Mandela. Xhosa was seen as a little much of a Cosa Nostra. That was the nickname of the sort of sense, maybe, okay, there's an ethnic power base. So yes, not only because he came from the Venda group in the north of the country, so an ethnic balancing is always desired in a country with 9 different indigenous peoples. In terms of the different language groups. But yes, no, Cyril Ramaphosa, by any account, would have been certainly a far superior deputy back in '94 and a far superior president than Mbeki in '99. He would have, for example, given people AIDS medicines, and Mbeki denied that. But he has made such a major U-turn. He was a radical student leader in the '70s. He was kicked out of the University of the Limpopo for very effective student organizing. Then he was the trade union leader, the National Union of Mine Workers. In the late '80s, he ran a big national strike and was so powerful and effective that Mandela chose him, and he was elected in a national congress in 1991 to be the manager of the ANC, the Secretary General. And in '96, he was given the job of writing the Constitution, which is widely hailed as one of the most liberal and enlightened in the world. And then because he didn't get a top job in government, he then moved into business. And that's where it gets very messy. He had 2 big companies in the '90s that went belly up, and there were major controversies over the personalities, but really the model underlying it. Too much debt and too much reliance on rising stock market values to collateralize the debt, to secure it. So they went belly up. And then he started getting franchises. So McDonald's, Coca-Cola, he worked with big banks, and notoriously with Lonmin, the company that in 1973, because Tiny Rowland was its leader, very, very wicked man, corrupting African governments all over. And it was called, at that time, the unacceptable face of capitalism. Unfortunately, Ramaphosa chose them to unite with his mining empire, Shanduka. And we probably all know, the viewers would have heard of the Maracana massacre. And that resulted, according to Ramaphosa's critics, from his emails in which he said that wildcat strikers were dastardly criminals and needed pointed action. And the police came in the next day, and 34 miners were killed. There was illicit financial flows with Lonmin, MTN, which has been penalized in Nigeria. And his own firm was exposed in the Panama Papers, the Paradise Papers late last year. These are the kinds of things that give people a little worry that maybe he's not actually going to wipe out corruption. He's actually been part of it.